Hello mini makers, today we'll be making a Wynaut from Pokemon for 3D printing. We can begin with the basic shapes. Add a cylinder for the body, then select 6 opposite vertices in edit mode and move them in the Z dimension to make the edges of the body. Use XLA mode to select them easier. You can then select the 6 middle vertices in between the 6 selected vertices and move them in the Z dimension to create a sharper edge. We can then add an empty, set the empty as a 3D cursor, and scale the vertices according to 3D cursor near the top of the base to make a flat bottom for the body. Next, add a sphere for the head and a sphere with the mirror modifier for the feet. We can scale the tips of the feet spheres in edit mode using proportional editing to make them look flat as seen in the art. For the hair piece, add a sphere, scale it in the Z dimension, and use proportional editing at the tip to make it slightly inflated. Moving to the smile, we can then use the mask tool in sculpt mode, invert the mask using Ctrl-I, and use the inflate mesh filter tool to push the smile inwards. We can then use the pinch tool to make the smile tighter. We can make the eyes using the same principle, except we will use the inflate mesh filter tool to push the eyes out from the body. The ears can be made by adding a plane and adding the subdivide surface modifier and the solidify modifier. We can then extrude edges to make the general shape of the ears and add edge loops using the loop cut tool in edit mode to make the bend sharper. Moving on to the tail, we can add a circle and use proportional editing to get the general shape of the tail. Fill in the tail using F to fill, and add the subdivide surface modifier and solidify modifiers to give the tail some volume. Now enter sculpt mode to finish the look of the tail using the glob tool and add some volume using the blob tool. We can then move on to making the eye for the tail by using the mask tool, inverting the mask, and using the inflate mesh filter tool. We can finish off the tail by using the snake hook tool to move the tail into a curved shape. Finally, we can finish off the body by using the bool tool add-on to union everything together to finish the model for 3D printing. If you like the model and want to print it for yourself, please go to my printables page in the description below and download it for yourself. If you would like to support more videos and more models, please support me on my Patreon page.